live. Just waiting. And we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the weekly Couch Pundits Cricket podcast. We were supposed to come yesterday, but we couldn't. It was a whole thing. And now we are back. And it's me, and it's Dhaval, and it's you. How are you? How are you, Dhaval?
I'm good, man. How's your haircut?
You don't like it?
It's nice. I
This
I
is
like all your haircuts.
this is how I look now. This is how I'm going to look for a bit now. I like this. I can get used to this. There's no hair on the side for me to play with, just on the top. So
Uh-huh.
whatever
When
I
I
do,
got this exact same haircut, you called me a
I
Bandra
don't, I
fuckboy.
don't, I don't recall. I don't recall you having a
Huh?
haircut
Huh?
as fine as this. Also, I prefer
As
Chandigarh fuckboy.
fine as this. Yeah,
I
that's
prefer.
what you said. Something like that. Some nonsense you spewed, like you always do.
As I want to. Okay.
Yeah.
A little housekeeping before we get started. Almost at 3,000 subscribers. We are getting there on our jolly way. Not the fastest to the mark we will be, but we shall get there. Hopefully by the end of this month, or yeah, hopefully by the end of this month. Who knows? Other than that, हम लोग F1 का एक live event plan कर रहे हैं. हम लोग figure out कर रहे हैं logistics क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारा त्रास है. But hopefully first day we should have a pre-show live event happening in Mumbai. If you're in Mumbai, then this is for you. And other than that, anything else? No, that's about it.
We're also putting up a lot of our the last stream that we did. That was the IPL teams breakdown. What we're
Yeah.
doing is that stream is off and we're putting up clips of it. So if you guys didn't catch that, it's going to be put up team by team over the course of the next few weeks. We're going to put up every week. We're going to put up a video of one team, and let us know in the comments if you like this short form thing that we're attempting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting to it now. Big sad news we got just before the stream started, which has made us very, very sad. Shane Warne has passed away. He's no longer with us. Passed away in Thailand in a villa, supposedly a heart attack. You know,
Sad.
52,
sad.
man. 52. That's yeah. And it's crazy for like I found out somebody else also passed away today, like somebody else who I know who was also like 45. So it's just it just gets you, man, when people go before their time. Especially a legend that you assume will just be. That's the thing, no? We just assume like we grew up with this person around and this person will be around forever. And especially when it's a sports person, you assume that they can do these superhuman things and somehow that will help them live longer than the rest of us, and life catches up. Yeah, man,
It's quite sad. Was a legend of the game. What a bowler! Ball of the century to sabko hi yaad hai, but had some incredible performances. Was also never not one to be tied down, non-conformist. Kind of liked him for that.
Yeah, didn't give a fuck about the system.
Did not give a fuck about anything at all. He just like he played his game the way he wanted to, and respect for that.
And it's also just respect to somebody who said it like it is throughout his career, didn't really care, and was honest about the fact that the decisions he took were not necessarily the best decisions always. And everybody in the chat, all the things are saying completely agree, man. Like a hero is gone. And yeah, second Aussie cricketer to pass away in 24 hours, which is a especially big hit to Australian cricket.
First winning captain of the IPL.
Yeah.
Historically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eesh. And it's crazy, right? Like in our generation, to see the first team and then to see the first person from that first team pass. It's just it's crazy. Yeah. But that is life, man. Like, you know, we hang around until we can, and we live on not through like our genetic material or clones of ourselves, but we live on through our actions and the lives that we have impacted. And by God, Shane Warne impacted a lot of lives all over the world. I'm sure that, you know, like, yeah. So I think that's about that.
You can just see from the several wishes pouring in from across the cricketing community that he was, for all that he had done, he was respected and loved, and everyone is shocked, to say the least. So thoughts and prayers with his family and his fans, and let's get on with the show now.
Yeah.
What are we discussing today?
What are we discussing?
Three things. We're discussing three things. First, we're discussing the Sri Lanka T20 series and what we as the Indian cricket team ought to have or should have, or what we as Akash and Dhaval think the Indian cricket team has learned from it. We're discussing. I hope so. We're discussing the test match, of course. Virat Kohli's 100th test match, like whoa.
Indeed.
100 test match खेला है, joke नहीं है, बहुत कम लोग खेले ऐसा. So congratulations to Kohli. We will be breaking down the day's play, and at the end of it, we're going to talk about the World Cup that is also happening simultaneously. India-Pakistan is on the 6th of March, Sunday, India's first match in the World Cup. We are very excited about it. We will get to it towards the end of the show. Let's start with the T20 series really quickly. Let's talk about what do you think India learned from it, other than Ishan Kishan can bat, Shreyas Iyer can bat, and Jadeja can bat at 5.
Jadeja can bat anyway, dude. I think in terms of learnings, I think for me the biggest learning was don't waste time watching an India Sri Lanka T20 series in India. And I'm glad that I didn't spend too much time on it, because it was just like a time pass hi tha, dude. Like there was like movie even was, and it's just like it genuinely, like India at home is such a juggernaut, you know. So like it's really just that it's there's not much Sri Lanka could have done to stop the onslaught that it was. A lot of the younger players, it's nice to see that though, right? Like wasn't it nice to like, and don't get me wrong, अभी chat चिल्लाएगा कि तू बोल रहा है कोहली को निकालो, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं बस इतना बोल रहा हूँ कि वो नहीं था, and it was obviously, considering the opposition, considering the pitch, the fact that it's in home country, but interesting to get a preview of what a future team may look like, because इसमें से तुम एक दो player और निकल जाएंगे थोड़े साल में, और फिर काफी interesting होगा team.
Interesting to Thai, definitely. I don't think Kohli's absence or presence was really the focus part of that part of the Sri Lanka tour.
Not just, I mean,
he was rested.
Yeah, he was rested, and then a bunch of others were also rested. You didn't have Bumrah initially in the first match, I think. And then you didn't have
KL
Rahul was, yeah. So I mean, clearly there was clear intent of like, अच्छा चलो देखते हैं आगे का team कैसा लगता है. Also, a lot more players getting capped with Rahul Dravid coming in as coach, which is always an interesting thing. It's going to mess up some IPL match somewhere has gone wrong. Because so many players are getting their caps now, which I think it makes sense. They should be getting caps, because how many players are just sitting in the Deepak Hooda has been sitting in the sidelines for how long?
I would definitely say he deserves it. Maybe not the T20 part of it, but ODIs he was good. I want to say this about the Sri Lanka series though, the T20 series. I think it was a little unfair on Sri Lanka. Literally, they played their last game of the last series, and 2 days later they flew to India, played the first game. No time to acclimatize, no time to do anything. So, which showed in the first game. It was just such a dominating performance from India. As the series progressed, we saw that the domination was not just because of the fact that Sri Lanka had no practice. It is because India is a much better team than them. No offense to Sri Lanka, but I think after what I felt before the start of last year's World Cup, T20 World Cup, was that India was not the best T20 team.
It genuinely, yeah, but this felt like India was playing, you know, some club team, dude, like on some level. Like it's a club to chalo, but it genuinely feel like you were playing a Bangladesh Premier League team.
Yeah, I think some dead weight has been shed. Maybe not playing Shikhar Dhawan at the opening.
Yeah, maybe.
That was really required.
Maybe Shreyas Iyer at number 3 is a magical blessing.
It is a magical blessing, because I think Virat Kohli should play at number 5 in T20s.
Or he should open.
I don't think he should open.
That opening with Rohit and Kohli.
Virat Kohli at the death against pace bowlers. Oof, maza aa jayega. Like I know he can. We all know he can really take them apart.
He can bat at any position. I mean, he
can bat at any position. He should not bat in the middle overs when spin is on, because that is just not the right thing for him. He is not getting it. He's not. I don't know what the problem is. Like, does he not like it? Is he not being able to play it? Because it's just not. ओपनिंग मत करवाओ उसको, डेथ ओवर में हिटिंग के लिए भेजो, मजा आएगा, देखो तुम एक अलग ही कोहली देखोगे. बट वो सब कोहली की बातें हम लोग बाद में कहते हैं. Let's talk about Ishan Kishan first. What a series he had.
What a great series he had.
Right?
Yeah.
Ishan Kishan. 15 करोड़.
मैं वही गिन रहा था मैं कि यार हर रन के साथ मैं लगा था वसूल.
Are you excited? Are you excited for this year's IPL because of what Ishan Kishan is showing?
Nothing can get me excited for the IPL right now.
That's true. IPL.
Just, especially when there's a World Cup going on, dude. Like,
yeah.
So no.
Or the fact that we may not live to see the IPL if nuclear war breaks out before that.
I don't think nuclear war will break out. I think, I don't think there are any nuclear weapons. I think ये लोग सब बस हमसे पैसा ले रहे और फिर वो लोग कुछ गोवा हुआ जा रहे.
तो कोविड का भी वही बोल रहा था आकाश.
No, COVID was real.
Was
real. Yeah, I mean, like, until Omicron, it was real. No, I'm not getting married in March, guys. I don't know who is saying this, but I'm not getting married in March. Wow.
RS. Is that you from your fake account, Akash?
It could be our friend Rohit Shah also being a gandu.
Or it could be our friend Rohit Sharma also.
Or it could be Rohit Sharma. Hey, man.
He watches this podcast. It's totally true. We're not making this up. And just for that, guys, hit the like button.
Hit the like and like the stream and subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you leave a comment, because when you leave a comment, it's like a conversation. Then we're talking. Then it feels like a more, what's the word, Dhaval?
More intimate?
Why not? I'll take it.
Sunil is saying in the chat, coach 71st century nahi aa raha hai is saal.
No, we'll get to it. Abhi pehle T20 quickly अपन run through मार लेते.
Okay.
Ishan Kishan A+, Rohit Sharma, wow, what a captain. Rohit Sharma captaincy, I must say, is quite interesting to watch, because there's a lot. You can feel the leeway. You can feel the lack of there's no micromanagement, basically. That's what I'm feeling. And I think today something that somebody had said, I forgot who had said, one of the commentators was talking today also. It's just like what I was also saying earlier, that energy. When your captain is super energy, some days you can't match to that energy. But when your captain is just like giving it piche se ki tum karo, and egging you on, then it's a little more smooth that way. You and I had a conversation the other day with a friend of ours, and they were talking about how important the captain is in a T20 match. So, I mean, by that logic, I think Rohit is the right kind of captain, because he's like, analyst ne bola hai, rahega.
If on that point, I don't know if you've seen Jasprit Bumrah's interview with Ashwin.
Oh,
it's a pretty cool one. DRS with Ash, his series. We are promoting another YouTuber, guys. So log dhyan se suno. Must have wo interview, and there's a part of that interview where Bumrah talks about his relationship with Rohit Sharma. He's like, we've built this trust over time that when Bumrah is saying that when he started bowling, initially he was just like, मैं ये ball डालने वाला, मेरे को field समझ में नहीं आता. But now he is setting his own fields, and Rohit is just like, हाँ ठीक है तू कर रहे हो, change करना तो मेरे को ball में करके देगा. And I think that's the kind of captain that he is, that he knows that there are some players who just know their thing and he will not interfere.
Yeah.
And there are some players who might need a little nudge or a little push from time to time. And like you said, no micromanagement, just the right kind of tinkering and masala. Bas tadka marne ko aata hai wo.
Okay, a lot of Akash, are you following? Cyrus says a lot of discussion about you there. Is it? I'm on
Akash, Cyrus says.
I'm on it once in a while. I'll be back on Monday. I think I'll get a follow-up of what all has been said. But no, guys, not getting married this month for sure. Only booking marriage hall this month. So that is what is up right now. Okay. I
do want to discuss Bhuvi, sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say Bhuvi. is in that gray space, Dhaval. I feel I don't know whether Bhuvi is like what is a Bhuvi, and is a Bhuvi there in the World Cup squad? Do you see Bhuvi in a World Cup? I don't see Bhuvi. That's what I was trying to say all this while. Is I don't see Bhuvi making it to the World Cup squad.
I would have liked to see Bhuvi make it to the World Cup squad because he's a phenomenal bowler. He can maybe replace Mohammad Shami, but because I think the all-round capabilities that Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur provide is much more than what Bhuvneshwar provides as of date. Pehle, he used to bat a bit. He still does. He's no muck with the bat. But the kind of bowler that he is, the phases in the bowling innings in which he is used are exactly the same as where Deepak Chahar is used. And Deepak Chahar can bat and he can bat. Unfortunately, though, he is injured and set to miss a large part of the IPL, Deepak Chahar. So you never know. Maybe that helps Bhuvneshwar's case. He does really well. You don't know. But I was personally quite glad to see him not struggle, because that's what this series was for him. It was not a struggle. He was bowling beautifully.
Yeah.
So it was great. It really depends on the IPL this year. You're right. He's in a grey space, and I hope he turns it into a purple patch. I don't know.
But yeah, see here Sunil is also saying that one. Bhuvi in Australian pitches. That's what that's where the.
What are you saying? Bhuvi in Australian pitches फाड़ देगा वो.
नहीं फाड़ेगा वो. मेरे नहीं होगा अभी.
तो मस्त swing होता है यार.
We'll see.
But वो उसके टाइप
I don't think
बॉलर है अपने पास ये भूवी के जगह भूवी के जैसा दीपक चहर है, थोड़ा बहुत शार्दुल ठाकुर वैसा बॉल डालता है, हर्षल पटेल थोड़ा बहुत वैसा बॉलिंग कर लेता है, तो that medium-ish pace, swing, seam,
that fastish
cutters,
fastish I would call it, fastish medium.
Yeah.
Oh, RS is Radhe. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Radhe. Is it Radhe?
You know Radhe?
No, I don't know, but RS is such a Radhe Shyam name.
Yeah.
RS मेरे बचपन में तो RS में ना, हम कॉलेज में रहते थे ना, कोई बोला ना RS है तो उसका मतलब था रॉयल स्टैग. तो
बचपन में कहाँ कॉलेज जाता था?
अरे जूनियर कॉलेज में गया था एक बार. मैं मेरे दोस्त स्मिथ के लिए ना एक रॉयल स्टैग का बॉटल खरीदा था, छोटा क्वार्टर, 180 रुपए का, और मेरा लाइफ बदल गया उस दिन. वो तो पूरा घटक गया, और फिर मैं एक सिप लिया, बोला तू मेरा भी पी ले भाई, मेरे से नहीं होगा. Okay. But overall, I think after the last few interviews that I've had, when it comes to people from cricket, like taking a T20 international seriously has been very difficult.
I agree.
But to see us consistently make this many runs without Pant on the team was like oh fuck, sabko aata hai batting. Oh shit, ha! That was a great feeling.
Speaking of Pant, there was another wicketkeeper bat who played this series, Sanju Samson. How would you rate his performances? Sanju Samson is following the career trajectory of Rohit Sharma.
Pretty much, right?
In a sense, where everyone's like, this guy is so talented, but
he never makes it. And then finally makes it in as the middle order.
I don't get it. They play one match, they make him play at number 5. The other match, they make him open. It's tough for him. He gave a good showing in both those games. There was the first game that he played, he was going really slowly, and then he accelerated towards the end. The second game was okay. By the way, the third T20 international that happened. When did it happen? Why did they play on a Saturday and then on a Sunday? Everyone was so confused.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a match. I was like, Saturday को खेले, अभी Monday को खेलेंगे third T20. Oh, फिर मैं देखता हूँ ये match खत्म हो गया.
Yeah.
Monday evening, my dad is calling me like, why is the match not there? It's like it happened yesterday. So it was so insignificant that they played Avesh Khan and Kuldeep Yadav.
Acha, Ritik Kapoor has just done a spin ka run up and given us an off cutter. If Hardik is bowling, will Venki even be in the squad? Now that is an answer that Gujarat Super Giants can give you. It's not up to us to tell you that, because
Titans, Gujarat Titans.
Why not? See, here's the thing. Okay, last we heard, Hardik had said he wanted time to bowl and get good at bowling. This is what he had said. He is set on this. And if he is set on this, तो फिर दुनिया में कौन रोक सकता है उसको? Sorry, my mother is calling.
वो खुद ही रोक सकता है. Hello to the moderator, Arsh. Hello. Taking off on that Hardik Pandya point, 8. I don't know if he's going to bowl though, chat. Who was asking this question? Ritik Kapoor. Yeah. I don't know if Hardik Pandya is going to bowl. I would like to see him bowl. It would be great if Hardik Pandya does bowl, but he hasn't bowled for what? 3 years? 3 years say he's not bowled. So I don't know. And
yeah, I mean he literally has to change his entire bowling style to kind of figure this out. So it is.
And now you know what? He is out of the team. He is no longer like incumbent in the team. He has to make it back into the team.
Okay,
for that,
now,
2 things
now
need to happen.
Here's you say that, Dhaval. Sorry, I just to interrupt you here, but this point I feel is moot because he is still on contract. He might have been reduced in his contract grade, पर उसको बीसीसीआई 1 करोड़ रुपया साल का ऐसा ताली बजाने को नहीं दे रहा. ठीक है, तो I would not say कि he is out of the thing, the scheme of things at all, because that is a very clear indication from BCCI saying कि भाई है तू नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. अगेन उसको कम पैसा मिल रहा है ये साल, बट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो है ना. Aditya, bhai, welcome Aditya. It's been a while since we've had you back. Hardik may be overconfident about his place in the 11. I mean, he is no Rohit or Kohli. Anyone who performs better can easily replace him.
But they have.
But can they dress as well as he does? No, but otherwise also, I feel like he's one of वो क्या बोलते हैं, the big match player.
यार क्या तू ये क्या क्यों बोल रहा है तू बिग मैच प्लेयर? कितना बिग मैच खेला है उसने लाइफ में? But yeah, he can win you a game, but so can Venkatesh Iyer. And Venkatesh Iyer bats left-handed. So that's an advantage for him.
Yeah.
Bowling department, if Hardik does bowl, then I might say he's slightly better than Venki Iyer.
Yeah.
And Hardik has just done it more often than Venki Iyer has in terms of winning matches with his bat. But I think Venki Iyer is just as good.
Venki is new as well. It's just a matter of him being this new. And I feel like he's been wonderfully consistent the way he's been bowling also.
Yeah.
Arsho, oh wow, do you work at Jolie's? Are you a member at Jolie's? I am not performing at Jolie's. My twin brother Prakash is performing at Jolie's because they are doing a dark comedy night. They have not hired me. Silent Gamer saying, hey, by the way, like button दबाओ ना यार. Arsho वरना डालता ही रहेगा chat में, दिमाग खा जाएगा. Please like button दबा लो.
What is Jolie's?
Jolie's is a members club owned by, I think, the Bidlas. So they have comedy nights every now and then. Missing Daddy Hundreds from Indian players in India. Hope someone gets one this series. You know, would you rather, Dhaval, this is for you also and for you also, chat. Would you rather have one batsman make 148 and everybody else makes fucking 25 runs? Or would you rather have an innings like we saw today where multiple players, you know, how a batting lineup is supposed to work? Everybody is supposed to contribute. So that's what's happened. I have no complaints. We have crossed 300 and at no point did it feel like we were not going to cross 300. Okay. Ashwin के 4 देखे तूने? Ashwin के 4 देखे? भाई बहुत मजा आया.
तब तक मैंने विराट कोहली आउट हुआ तो मैंने टीवी बंद कर दिया.
Yeah. मैं पूरा देखा bro, बहुत ही मजे. And we'll get to that. We'll just quickly finish off last थोड़ा T20 वाले points. Dhaval, do you have anything more? I want to talk about Yuzi also. I think
there was some chat about Yuzi Chahal bowling decently. Bishnoi started off well. Who would you select? मेरे पे होता ना तो मैं दोनों को डाल देता.
नहीं, मैं बिश्नोई को लेता.
बट पिच पे है ना, मतलब तुम क्या जाडेजा तो है ही टीम.
नहीं, तू स्क्वाड में लेगा. स्क्वाड हाँ चल बराबर बात है. स्क्वाड में दोनों को लेगा, पर कुलदीप यादव नहीं लेगा बेसिकली. Yeah, Kuldeep Yadav kind of gets it's like watching someone fall through branches at this point, that career. It's just you feel like maybe this one he'll hold on to, maybe this one he'll hold on to, but no. It's just keeps.
I really hope he can turn it around, man. I really like the guy. He's a good bowler.
And what great, yeah, dude. And the only Chinaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishnoi, if he can add something with his bat, oh my God, he's going to be a phenomenal T20 player. Like he can be Rashid Khan level.
Well, yeah. And he's young. See, which is why I think कुछ नहीं उसको
So is
लेके तो जाना
Rashid
ही
Khan.
है. हाँ,
Rashid
but
Khan is
no.
actually younger than Ravi Bishnuy's
Oh,
son,
yeah.
who's not yet born.
Who's unborn son.
Yeah.
Yeah, all ongoing matches should be called off to mourn Shane Warne's demise. Thanks, Mandar. Welcome to back to the stream. Mandar, while I agree with the sadness that you feel, I disagree, and I genuinely feel like even Shane Warne would have been like, "Fuck that, boss, cricket mat ban karo." So I think it makes complete sense to keep the cricket going, dude. Would not stop. And in fact, how sad! Like it's like when my grandmom passed away and I did cancel the tour. Because I would not be able to face my grandmom if I told her I canceled the tour for her, considering how excited she was by the virtue of me going on tour. So it's one of those things. I feel you play it on in the memory of the person. Hey, thanks for the super chat, AV Sam. $2 Australian. Wow, that's amazing. When I come to Australia in June, I will use those $2 or whatever we get from it. Gill non-selection more disappointing than Kohli 45.
No, I expected Gill not to be selected.
Yeah, we have Mayank also, and you have Rohit also. So how can you?
Mayank and Rohit have scored centuries in the last series they've played, and Gill averages 26 of 11 innings in home test matches. So Gill was not going to play.
Yeah, but it's nice to have the option, don't you think?
Absolutely, Gill. Your backup is Shubman Gill.
Like your option is Shubman. So I think it's okay, man. हाँ यार लाइक ठोक दो गैस 50 लोग देख रहे तो अगर 50 लाइक होंगे तो 55 लोग देखेंगे फिर 55 लाइक करवाएंगे फिर 100 लोग देखेंगे. That's how this works. That's how we'll get to 3,000 subs by the end of at least this month if we couldn't get it through last month. Any closing thoughts on T20 though? Do you want to do more T20? Are we good with T20? Are we done with T20?
I think we can close T20. Yuzi Chahal is in the team. Jadeja is in the team. Ashwin may or may not make it to the squad. I hope he doesn't make it to the squad, so at least he doesn't have to live in the bubble life. Yeah. क्योंकि उसको नहीं खेलने को मिलने वाला है टीम में. Once all the all-rounders and the top guys are in and ready, I doubt Ashwin will find a spot in the team. But you never know. It's possible. So yeah, good for him. That's yeah.
I mean, you always with Ashwin, I almost always expect him to make a massive turnaround, and suddenly his average with the bat goes to 35, and then he gets back. Because I feel like
में strike rate ज़्यादा important है. उसका average 10 का भी रहा, लेकिन उसका strike rate 160 का रहा. So I would take him in the team.
Fair, yeah, fair. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, Arshu, you met Dhaval in person. How was it?
हाँ यार, मतलब ऐसा मैं रास्ते पे चल रहा था, some guy is looking at me and I'm like, that's weird. This never happens to me. And he's like, hey, and I'm like, are you this guy? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, तू तो Canada में था. He's like, नहीं, अभी मैं India में. He recognized me because of Lola, basically.
Oh, that's sweet. Welcome back, Arshu. Looking forward to seeing you at Jolie's if I do end up coming with Prakash. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next thing, the test match. Can we go to the test match?
Yes,
the test match. Oof. I don't know. There's one article today that Cricinfo puts up that I feel is the headline captures perfectly the moment that I felt in today's match. Rishabh Pant making us have the time of our lives. If you haven't read it already, it's a wonderful little piece that has been written. It came out just before we started the stream, and I was reading it just before we went on. It's about obviously it's about Rishabh Pant, but the question that Andrew Fernando asks, and Andrew Fernando, by the way, I found out about him because he was on Jared ka podcast where they were talking about Sri Lankan cricket and politics and all of that there. His peg is, how can a system so rigorous make such a free-spirited cricketer? And genuinely, dude, like, you thought were you watching when Pant started going crazy?
I was at work, so I was following it. I watched the highlights, but I couldn't catch it live.
So I'm at parents' house. So my dad has put a TV, here right now. I'll just quickly.
I know.
Yeah. So I was working on something and then I was watching the match. So the match was on the chota screen and the work was on the bada screen. And then it just very quickly, conveniently switched to the side. और मैं ऐसा पीछे आ गया, बोला नहीं मैच दिखा, अरे कुछ नहीं हो सकता और important. Oh man, Sri Lanka looking off from the beginning. Fielding has been sloppy, lot of no balls. lot more no balls than you'd think. But then India has also been responsible for a lot of no balls every now and then. So I don't know how to feel about that.
How is India responsible for Sri Lanka's no balls?
No. We
Are you
ourselves...
suggesting something that I think you're suggesting?
No.
Okay.
So genuinely felt कि थोड़ा Sri Lanka थोड़ा out of it ही लग रहा था, and the wickets also didn't feel particular. They felt like blessings as opposed to planned and executed ideas.
Now blessings plays for Zimbabwe.
Huh?
Blessings plays for Zimbabwe. Sorry, but yeah, I agree with you. Sri Lanka looked out of it for the parts that I did watch, but I think they would have been, if you told them 6 wickets at the end of the day on this track in India, they would have taken it. They would have liked to give away less than 300 runs, but now Rishabh Pant ne kar diya na. So
yeah,
all in all, India's day.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
Yeah, session by session.
Yeah, let's break it down. What was good about India's batting? Top 3. Did you think Rohit Sharma needs to still work on not playing the pull shot as often? Maybe just that little like thoda confidence hai. What?
Did you feel, maybe it was just me, but everybody looked about 15 to 20% more aggressive than they usually bat today? Everyone batted slightly more aggressively than I would expect them to bat when they're playing test matches for India. So I feel like, I think the goal today going out in the first session was ki, fuck the wicket, get the runs, you know.
I guess.
Oh wow! Now this is where you bring a dissenting opinion. Lola,
she is raising her hand. I did think that we are right on that point, that there was a lot more aggression. Yeah. And I also think that this was because of the absence of 2 very stellar batters in Pujara and Rahane.
Yeah.
What they've done over the past several years, rather the past decade, cannot be ignored. They've been great servants to the Indian team. But I think it's a good move to let them go step aside, at least for the time being. Get back to domestic cricket, which is happening, by the way. Ranji Trophy cricket is back.
It's happening, and more than ever, you can watch so many matches on Hotstar, which is a blast, because you did not know these people played cricket at all until you saw them, which has been happening with me all the time. I'm just doing a corner, and then I go reading about them. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Vihari at 3, scoring 50 of 100 and something odd balls.
Perfect.
Scoring at a strike rate of 50. Very good.
Yeah.
Rohit opening, scoring at a strike rate of more than 50. Mayank Agarwal again scoring at a strike rate of more than 50. So we are always playing at over 3 runs an over.
Exactly.
And we add to that Rishabh Pant's strike rate of over 100. So you've got your run rate up to 4. Yeah. Jadeja playing well. Again, over 50. So it's a good run rate. And that has helped. Kyuki, I don't think modern test batsmen, modern test batters are capable of playing 200 overs in an innings, At least as far as India is concerned. I don't remember the last time I saw India score 500 runs in a test innings. It might happen. Huh?
गाले में ही किया था ना, श्रीलंका के अगेंस्ट कितना मारा था हमने कुछ,
but that's what, like कितना पहले कितना होता था versus अब कितना होता है.
Yeah, but I feel like more than ever we're closer to that, because I feel like the one thing that is kind of back in the team now that Jinx and Puju are out is hunger, because I mean Vihari has been waiting for his spot. He has been more than ready for long enough, so I'm not surprised at Vihari performing as well as he does. But when Shreyas Iyer comes and plays as well as he does, that's fucking bhook, dude. That's hunger. That's a player saying, boss, mere ko ek, like, that's Eminem, right? Make the most of the opportunity, lose the music in the moment.
Lose yourself.
In the moment of the music, spaghetti.
So it's really that rap. तुम लोग हमको ऐसा चंदा वंदा भेज सकते हो. हम लोग ऐसा रैप भी करते हैं शुक्रवार को।
हाँ पूरा बाय हार्ट है, मेरे को ऐसा करना है तो मैं कर सकता है।
हाँ पता है, मेरे को एक बार सुनाया था, मैं सो रहा था
हाँ।
और आकाश मेरे सिर पे आके कहता है देखिए मैं लूज योरसेल्फ सीख के आया। मैं बोला ये लूज योरसेल्फ क्या होता है? इज लाइक वो M&M का है, मेरे पास ये चॉकलेट नहीं है तेरे पास, झूठ बोल रहा है।
वेरी बैड। पुजारा की वजह से आईसीटी की हालत खराब हो गई थी। नाउ दे आर गॉन, द टीम लुक्स गुड।
ICT
आई डोंट नो। सी इंडियन क्रिकेटिंग नहीं यार, ऐसा नहीं है यार, लाइक आई मीन टू
Oh,
से।
I thought it was some other league
नो नो नो,
like
लाइक
IPL, ICL or
you can't
ICT.
you can't blame that on Puju, dude. That's a
No, they
nonsense
are
idea.
saying Purane. And guys, don't use Purane. That's just a terrible, terrible
Yeah,
hashtag
it's
for
Rahapu.
exactly.
I'm
It's
going to type it
Rahapu.
here so that you know that at Couch Pundits we don't believe in Purane, we believe in Rahapu.
Yeah. Rahapu, because now we don't need to explain it. Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, you know, to see that your number 3 comes in and it's not like, okay, chalo 2 down ho jayega abhi.
Yeah.
और your number 5 comes in like, oh, चलो चलो अभी तो हो गया खत्म. So yeah, Kohli.
Oh,
Let's talk about it now.
let's talk about it finally.
Talk about the
What's
milestone man, 8,000 runs in Test match cricket, 100 Test matches, over 100 ODIs, and nearly 100 T20 internationals. I don't think anybody has done that. 100.
Today he managed to keep his average also up by scoring just enough runs so that his average does not go below 50 in test season. So
as he does in every inning.
Yeah, like 37. So he had to make 37 today to make sure that it doesn't go under. I don't know, man. What do you want from him, man? खराब थोड़ी खेल रहा है यार. Like if I had a number 4 that would come and consistently, definitely 100% give me more than 30-35 runs every time, I would fucking put my hat down for that, dude. That's perfect, dude. I think people are over analyzing, dude. Just let him. It's the same thing with Rishabh, right? Just let him fucking play cricket. उसको cricket अच्छा तो खेल रहा है.
And you know these people who come out and say you want your number 4 and number 5 to be scoring hundreds. Yes, you want that. But it's okay if they're not, because everybody else in the team is scoring runs. Like Akash was saying earlier on in the stream, that daddy hundreds from one player versus good contributions throughout the team will probably make the team better, right? Because there will be a day when 3 of them won't perform out of a batting lineup, but the other 3 will then take it upon themselves to not just end at that 50, but go on to score more runs, 80, 90, 100, cover up for the 3. Whereas if you have just one guy performing, we've seen that happen with England. Joe Root, what a player. 100 मारता है, 150 मारता है, 200 मारता है, वो डैडी ग्रैंड डैडी सब डैडी 100 मारता है वो. बट फिर क्या, इंग्लैंड होता क्या है?
फिर प्रेस रिलीज बोलता है कि इसी भी जहां बोलेगा उधर बैटिंग करने को मैं तैयार है.
अभी वो ओपनिंग करने को आएगा नेक्स्ट. तुम लोग देखो,
वन डाउन आने वाला है, बात कर रहे थे.
वन डाउन आने वाला है,
so that he gets more balls to play.
yeah.
तो देखो यार, मेरे हिसाब से तो यार, I think there's no point over analyzing it. 45 out of, I think, off of 90 was it, or 100?
45 out of 100.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was a pretty decent innings.
Yeah.
It's got out to a ball that we've seen him get out to before. But at least, hey guys, remember how everyone was like he keeps fishing outside off stump? At least he didn't do that.
At least he didn't do that. So it's a process.
I don't get people who are criticizing Kohli, questioning Kohli's spot in the team. It's not yet, okay, guys. Yeah. There is still time. He is still as good a player as he was. Yeah. Just not scoring big runs. He's still scoring consistently. Yeah. And okay, Akash, at this point, I want to address this thing that happens all over social media. And that is this insanity about मैं कोहली फैन है तो रोहित हाय हाय, या मैं रोहित फैन है तो कोहली हाय हाय. कोहली के पोस्ट पे जाके तुम बोलोगे ये करो, रोहित बेस्ट है, रोहित के पोस्ट पे जाके बोलोगे तुम पुराने कोहली हो, या whatever this shit that's going on. I just don't get it. When did we become like this? When did we go from just being cricket fans, like, people who didn't like Ganguly and like Dravid, they still celebrated every time Ganguly got 100 because, This is part of the same team, right? Yeah, you just have favorites. That has never changed. I don't think that's going to change either. But what is this nonsense of putting one of these players down when all of them are playing for the country that you support? So yeah, coach gang abuses Rohit with Vada Pav. It's just such nonsense.
It's a cultural problem. It's everywhere. Everything is either love or hate. There's no middle. There's no appreciation for the thing itself. We are either in love with or infuriated by the people that are involved in the thing. Like, I mean, we are prime example of this. I mean, we would probably know a lot more about cricket, but we spent a considerable amount of time talking about, "Arey, par uska baal alag tha na last time." So, like, it's bound to happen. It's just like, to what extent are you willing to go with it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And then players will also obviously end up overreacting with stuff, कि मेरे बच्चे का photo क्यों लिया and all. I mean, it's a reaction to pressure, man. It's not, nobody's a psycho person. Like, these aren't crazy people. These are very lucid, sober people, So, I mean, they're not
There's
crazy.
an interesting point coming in from chat. Vishwanathan Ravishankar saying it's majorly because of IPL rising in importance and being greater than the Indian team.
Maybe,
but
I
yes
don't
and
think
no.
I think it's way bigger than that. I think it's a world level thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Before that, there was one chat that I wanted to take.
Sunil, you have said mere dil ki baat, but I can't say it out loud on a stream. But yes, that's exactly what it is. Sorry, my mother is calling me again. Give me just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Shubham Patil, I saw a very good meme today. Every time Kohli gets out to a spinner, he gives amazing reaction as if it was ball of the century. You know what? Maybe it is. Because to get a person like Virat Kohli out, you have to bowl a very good ball. Remember that series where India went to Australia and every time Pujara got out in the Border Gavaskar trophy, it seemed like that was the best ball of the match, which it probably was because he was just not getting out. Yeah. And when he did, he just made it look like, oh my God, what a ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same with Kohli. These are that the ball that pitches on off stump or just between middle and off, drifts on to middle and then takes the off stump. That's a pretty good delivery from a slow left arm bowler.
Yeah.
It's the perfect wicket taking ball for that kind of a spinner. And he got it. He executed it. He did well. To get Virat Kohli out by the slimmest. The ball missed his bat by this much. So what more do you want? It is a pretty good ball.
Yeah. And the idea that's changed, I think, is key. Admitting that you're not as good, like admitting that there's a flaw, seems to be an admission ki you don't deserve only anything. Like people aren't computers, like they're people. Like that's what. Do you really want to watch a sport where your team wins every fucking time? Then fucking get a time machine and go to Australia in the 90s. Idhar baat mat karo mere se. Okay, that's not life. It's an anomaly. That's why those things are celebrated. And instead of celebrating the good shit, we are constantly focusing on the bad shit. It's like, it's like tomorrow morning, all the articles will come out on morning and there'll be articles talking about all the great things he did. And then there'll be articles about talking about just all the bad shit he did in his life. You know what I mean? And the answer is, was he one of the two? No, he was both.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's IPL. I think it's just fucking life. People have just become like that. Everything wants to this thing.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah. Kohli is getting out to part-timers also, man. Can't think of part-timers bowling ball of the century. But just listen to yourself. What the fuck is a ball of the century? What is a ball of the century? Are you really ball of the century? You think there's one ball in a century? No, right? So, I mean, what extremes are you living in? Ki 100 saal mein ek ball. Oh.
If for anybody who has played cricket knows that, you could just get that one ball. When you can be in the prime concentration. I don't claim to have played test match cricket. For people who know me, know that I have never played test match cricket. But in case you don't, I have never played test match cricket.
See you, Arsho. Sorry, I didn't read the message.
But you just know, right? When you're playing cricket, in that moment, there could be any ball with your name on it and it could get you out regardless of who is bowling it. Sometimes part-timers do get you out more often than good bowlers because
you're not prepped for them. You've not faced them as much. You've not planned for them as much. You don't know what they're going to bowl. They don't know what they're going to bowl.
That's the thing. They don't know what they're going to bowl. So how are you as a batter going to be able to predict it? वो लोग के पास कंट्रोल नहीं है, तो सेम बॉल सेम एक्शन से
सेम पर जाएगा अलग।
अगर जॉश हेजलवुड डालेगा ना, वो 6 बॉल पेनी पे पिच कर सकता है, 6 का 6 बॉल।
पर अगर मैं डालेगा ना तो 1-2 बॉल है ना तो पीछे भी जा सकता है, कोई भरोसा नहीं है, ठीक है।
तो कुछ भी हो सकता है। एंड आई थिंक वी शुड जस्ट count ourselves really lucky that we're getting to watch a batter like Virat Kohli live so often, because we're just playing so much more cricket than we used to. So let's just like celebrate it. Let's celebrate the successes. Let's participate in the loss and get on with it.
This goes way back. Like when he went, he took paternity leave to. We should be celebrating the fucking birth of someone's baby. And instead we're like गांडू तू टीम को छोड़ के चल, like तुम कैसे, like what would you be friends with a person like that who would be pissed at you for going for your daughter's birthday? Like what the fuck, dude? Like, so just I think we need to like, and completely what I agree with you, Vishwanathan, as well. Like it's the active rooting against other people that is the problem. Forget the having a favorite. I have a favorite. Dhaval has a favorite. You think we agree on the players we love? Absolutely not. There are so many players that we think are that I think are shit that he loves. But that doesn't mean I don't want the player to, it's like this.
They're all playing for India. We support India.
Look out of your window tonight and look at the building across the street or wherever the fuck you are. Each light in that building is a family or a person at the least. And they have a whole fucking life. Okay? With their own set of, how you woke up today and had like all these concerns in your fucking, like same bull, same. So like,
ये main character energy है ना, बहुत ऐसा deep हो गया है सब लोगों में कि मैं ही main character है ये दुनिया का. हाँ. Shubham Patil, I really hope that Kohli gets a century this or the next match. Hey man,
same here, man.
Every time Kohli walks out to bat, everyone is, I hope, saying that I hope Virat Kohli gets a century.
Yeah, except for the person
as
bowling.
It should be.
Like the bowling team is just like, bye please, bye.
You still see every time anybody picks Virat Kohli's wicket, they are so happy because they know how important that wicket is.
Yeah, dude. Like opposition जो विकेट ले रहा है वो ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट दे रहा है, डूड. तो तुम कौन होते हो?
और वो लोग तो क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, हम लोग तो इधर ऐसे बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, खाली बात मार रहे हैं अपने घर पे बैठ के.
Okay, Kohli in his prime, you would not expect him to get out at part-timers. It's just that seems like Kohli is out of form, but he's out of form. He scores decently. We've had one day, Dhaval, we should have that form discussion again that we had in private. We should have it here one day, just to have because Dhaval doesn't believe in form. I believe in form very heavily, in very different senses. Huh? You don't believe that form exists?
No, that's the other guy. That's Shantanu.
You believe the form exists? You seem
see, that guy is a stats guy. He does not believe in form. He follows numbers and stats.
Yeah.
We are the romantics who are just like form होता है, तुम क्या बोल रहे हो?
हाँ यार, मेरा खुद का फॉर्म में एक्सपीरियंस क्या है,
तो अलग ही आवाज आता है जब बैटर फॉर्म में होता है.
तभी तो वो सब पता नहीं, बट उतना है कि फॉर्म होता है. मेरा लाइफ में तो फॉर्म होता है. थैंक्स विश्वनाथ. आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू लाइक अस स्पीकिंग आवर माइंड. दैट्स आल्सो व्हाई we are the way we are, is a small self-run concern, because the minute you have opinions about cricket doesn't really want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah,
people start getting worried कि ये लोग कुछ बोल देंगे सच भूल से.
We missed a comment in between. Satyajit saying only Umesh Yadav knows what he is going to bowl, and only Umesh Yadav knows which ball he is going to hit for six. He just chooses not to. I hope we get to see him in test whites for India.
Do you remember that one time when Lakshmipati Balaji had won us the match?
Yeah, by batting.
And you know how overjoyed everyone in the stadium was. Like सामने की टीम वाले लोग भी बोल रहे थे सही तो खेल रहा है.
Was that against Sri Lanka or Pakistan?
Sri Lanka नहीं था, पाकिस्तान था.
I think Pakistan था. Maybe chat can remind. But I remember what you're talking about. Like वो 6 मारा था यार, दो बैट चला गया था उसके हाथ में से.
And it was, ऐसा कुछ हुआ था. And don't take this the wrong way, guys. Friends from the south, but like see, growing up in Mumbai, you are not used to the skin tone as much as like it's not everybody is not the skin tone. So to see him and the smile on his face under that grill, I will never forget that. Like it was just such it was his personal victory, but we've all got a chance to live that victory with that person. So like that's the beauty of sport, man. It's like you have that little bit of investment in somebody else's achievement. Krishna, thank you for joining us a little late. Yes, we talked about that earlier as well. It is a sad, but what to do?
Okay, let's talk about the other people who are playing in this match. Mayank Agarwal, decent start, got out.
We need a opener to survive the first session. That I feel is like
वो है दोनों रोहित शर्मा और मयंक में ability है, but just one of those days, you know. Also, I think all this test series of 2-match test series is just sad. Like that, this is what New Zealand do. This is not what India do. So,
you know, I never really understood why they do only these 2-match things in New Zealand.
पैसा, time और पैसा.
और उधर तक जा रहे हो तो might as well play 3 hours by logic, you know.
नहीं वो उधर मतलब वो नहीं है, तो अपन ने पहले भी डिस्कस, कोई देखता ही नहीं है वो टाइम पे. Speaking of वो टाइम पे देखना, तुम लोग को वापस बोल रहा हूँ, संडे को सुबह 6:30 बजे इंडिया पाकिस्तान है, प्लीज देखना, मस्त गेम रहने वाला है.
बिकॉज और आज का आई डोंट नो, लाइक आज मेरे को किसी ने चैट पे बताया कि तू देख रहा है नहीं देख रहा है मैच, तो मैं तो नहीं देखा था आज मैच, बट अभी मैं स्कोर कार्ड देखा थोड़ी देर पहले, भाई काफी क्लोज मैच, काफी ज्यादा क्लोज मैच डूड. डूड लाइक लिटरली लास्ट बॉल तक चला है, तो लाइक और क्या चाहिए तुमको, और कितना कन्विंसिंग होना चाहिए क्रिकेट.
और देखो, आई थिंक हिस्ट्री ऑफ विमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप में खाली इंग्लैंड, न्यूजीलैंड और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ही जीते हैं, तो ये साल भी आई थिंक वो नहीं चेंज होने वाला.
Australia are favorites because I mean they just have, dude, like everybody in that team is a fucking beast, dude. Abhi right now they're in their 1999 Australian men's phase.
They I don't see that record changing, but it will be nice to see. And guys, India Pakistan, just take all India Pakistan content that you can.
What's so sad to me is that there's more marketing for the test match, which is a fucking no-brainer test match. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, exactly, Vishwanathan, we were second last time, dude. Like our team almost got to dance with Katy Perry on stage. Almost, guys. This has to be the year.
Except Elise Perry, Katy Perry's sister, went up.
Yeah. Sab mili bhagat hai.
Nepotism.
But Elise Perry also, what a fucking cricketer, dude. Like dude, Australian team is just too tight right now. I don't know if Vishwanathan, especially considering where the tournament is, I don't know if they have a like India has as much of a chance. I genuinely feel like Australia is going to take this World Cup away.
But great, like New Zealand are also one of the favorites, and to see West Indies beating them is there's hope. There's hope.
Dude, Haley Matthews making 119 of 128 as an opener is just like a reminder कि openers भी खेलते हैं, end तक लंबा खेलते हैं, अच्छा खेलते हैं.
भाई वो सब अपना भी ओपनर खेलते हैं मेंस क्रिकेट में. रोहित शर्मा के बारे में ऐसा मत बोल.
I just miss it. I just miss seeing it again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's like those daddy centuries, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of daddy centuries, guess who did not score even a 50 today? Shreya Iyer.
Yeah, man. But great looking fucking on point, dude, on field. And when you make a contribution that good, it's okay. I don't think it was something that, I mean, he's definitely not walking away. He's definitely walking away from that saying कि ज़्यादा run बना सकते थे.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think anyone would be particularly disappointed.
I don't think he wants to be another Ajinkya Rahane where he just looks really good and gets out suddenly. We don't want that in our team.
We don't.
But Shreyas really did look very good today. Looked in control, got a good ball, I would say. Missed the inside part of his bat, got him on the back leg, was crashing into off stump. Not a lot he could have done about it. Maybe played with his bat in front of his pad.
Yeah.
But वो टेक्निक अभी खत्म हो गया है.
अभी बात का ऐसा हो गया ना कि अगर तुम हमारा आज का विकेट देखो तो कितना अपना मयंक बोल्ड हुआ कि एलबीडब्ल्यू हुआ?
मयंक played on, no?
Okay, हाँ, he must have played on. Okay. Shreyas played on.
Shreyas LB.
अच्छा, sorry, LB. ऋषभ बोल्ड हो गया, विहारी बोल्ड हो गया, कोहली बोल्ड हो गया, रोहित बोल्ड हो गया,
रोहित
हाँ, रोहित तो पुल पे आउट हुआ. बराबर. अभी तो And I think this would have been a very different scorecard if these guys could have held on to some of those catches, which obviously they did not. But I feel like the areas, like Sri Lanka started getting the areas right. Okay, it was only when Rishabh Pant like at the end just blew up कि सबका गांड फट गया. Like you really saw them bringing it back together. But by the time Rishabh let loose, it was khalas. But by the way, is this interesting to you? Just the follow wickets, if you look at, we have this habit, right? This clumps is still happening to us. Because Vihari and Kohli went out within like a 10-15 run का span. उसके बाद ये पहला पार्टनरशिप भी कोहली रोहित हुआ, उसका कुछ 10 रन के अंदर ही मयंक आउट हुआ रहेगा. तो ये क्लंपिंग अभी भी हो रहा है.
बट वो टेस्ट मैच में होता है ना, वन ब्रिंग्स टू ऐसे नहीं बोलते, वो होता है क्योंकि व्हाट एंड्स अप हैपनिंग इज वंस द फर्स्ट विकेट गोज डाउन.
पर साला सेट बैट्समैन जा रहा है, ऐसा नहीं नया वाला जा रहा है. दैट आई अंडरस्टैंड, वन ब्रिंग्स टू अप्लाइज टू नया बैट्समैन, बट ये तो So I don't know what do you think about this, because I feel like this, I kind of like when I saw it happen with Vihari, I was like, अरे ये क्या हो रहा है?
वही है. I think this problem needs to be resolved. I don't know what the solution to it is, but maybe just some going into the shell, not trying to score at again 3.5, 4 runs and over all the time. Maybe that's it. Maybe playing positive cricket, but also cautious cricket, especially after a wicket has fallen, consolidating for the next 5 or 6 overs before going for anything rash. But that's it, right? These wickets that fell were not to rash shots or bad shots. It was just good balls.
Yeah.
So I would not put down what happened today to a similar issue. But if it becomes an issue, then maybe they can look at it.
Yeah, I think. But yaar, pata, I mean, okay, so now Vishwanath is also saying this. It happens to every other team except for Pakistan for some reason. That's an interesting thought as well. Maybe because Pakistani players are generally more selfish, and they're just like, "मैं मेरा देखेगा, मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता बाकी लोग क्या करते." So, what a fucking jingoistic brain. Yeah, Rohit's wicket was a bit of a rash. But then, if he had pulled that shot off, we would all just be like, "Arey yaar, Rohit yaar, har bari yaar," So,
remember when he got out to Nathan Lyon in the Border Gavaskar Trophy?
Yeah.
Was it the Border Gavaskar Trophy that was played?
Australia, man.
No, I'm talking about when he got out to Jack Leach in India. He came down the wicket and tried to loft him. And everyone was just like, क्यों? But उसके पहले उसको 2 6 ऐसे मारा था. नेक्स्ट मैच में उसको 4 बार ऐसे मारा.
Exactly.
तो उसका वही है, वो जब शॉट लगेगा तो तुमको मतलब बहुत मजा आएगा and you won't even think. But if he misses it this much, it's going to go to a fielder.
Yeah.
And that's just how he plays.
It's a risk reward calculation that he's doing in his head, and it seems like he gets it right more often than not, right? But otherwise, how would these numbers exist?
Yeah. I think that about covers the test match. Before we part ways, test match is continuing tomorrow. Yeah. But once again, we are reminding you, the Women's World Cup is on.
India plays Pakistan.
India-Pakistan, 6:30 a.m.
Us.
Our is
own
on.
Arch rivals.
Yeah.
We will hopefully, and remember, we have just lost to them in the other World Cup. There is some honor to be regained for those of you who are bigoted and small-minded. तो उस बहाने देख लो at least. इज्जत का सवाल है, घर का इज्जत औरत बचाएगी. Whatever else you say in your head.
Yeah. India is a very exciting team. Once again, if I want to point this out, on Twitter, if you are looking for resources to follow the Cricket World Cup, there is obviously female cricket. We've had Vishal on the stream before.
Yeah.
There is Radha, who again we've had on the stream before. She tweets about it. There is Lavanya Narayan, who does this. There are a whole bunch of Ananya Upendran and all of these guys. There is an amazing Twitter handle though, which I have come across. It's called @Asli BCCI Women. So BCCI Women is the official BCCI Women Twitter handle. Yeah. But you don't need to follow that because they barely update anything at all ever.
Budget kam hai marketing ka.
Asli BCCI Women though, we're going to try and put their thing in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately, but later on. You
Yeah.
can find it there. They are doing some good work, so do go and check them out. It's great. It's funny also. So yeah.
It's cricket. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful sport, guys. Let's not forget that.
Cricket to cricket hai.
If nothing else, in honor of Shane Warne,
Hmm.
just remember that it's a beautiful sport, and we are all in service of this thing that we love. Some of us get to serve it on the field. Some of us get to talk shit about it at home on a Zoom call. But we all serve the sport. Okay. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week. I know we've been infrequent. We've just both been busy. Dhaval is a lawyer and I'm a comedian. And I travel and he goes to court. And it's like a whole thing, man. He also travels, but to court. And so because of that, it's a little difficult to match things. Plus, Dhaval, as you know, is working on a lot of big cases that I can't tell you about because they involve all kind of big celebrities, like Elvis and all. So it's a big... so yeah, but we're coming back. We're definitely still planning the F1 thing. If you're in Mumbai, come for the first race. Come do watch pre-match race with Sid and Dhaval. And other than that, like, share, stream, Loda Lasun. You know the drill, guys. We'll be back.
3000 सब्सक्राइबर पहुंचाने का है. प्लीज कर दो.
प्लीज कर दो. दोस्त के फोन से कर दो.
भाई बंधु के साथ.
यस सुनील, ये यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर तो अपन किसी और पॉडकास्ट पे बात करेंगे. कॉक एंड बुल करके है, उस पे मैं आता है कभी कभी, उस पे कर सकते हैं, है ना. ऑलराइट गाइस, सी यू ऑल. टाटा, बाय बाय. बाय द वे, इफ यू आर इन इंडिया, आई एम ऑन टूर all the next 3 months, so please you can come buy a ticket. We're going to lots of cities as usual, including ones we try to hit but we can't, like Indore, Jaipur, Chandrapur, Amravati, Nasik. All of these places are going as well. Bhubaneswar, Raipur we are doing this time. So a lot of places are adding. Please come. And if you want to watch the next YouTube video that comes out next week, yeah, Sunil, just look for Cock and Bull. It's Cyrus says Cock and Bull. I'll be there on Monday 6 p.m. Discussing cricket only, actually, with Cyrus and Shreyas Manohar, I think. Okay, that's it. That is the all. Thank you very much, boys and girls, for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Take care. Bye bye. And as they say in my house, Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye.
Bye.